Have you ever wondered what was the best legend in the game and what were the worst legends in the game? Why were they the best legends and why were they the worst legends? What made them on top and what made them on the bottom? Well, you came to the right place. I'll be telling you the best legends as well as making a tier list video. This will not only be on my opinion, but this is what other people think about these legends as well. This will also say how legends work in a solo fight and how legends work in a team fight. It will also not contain F tier, E tier, and D tier, as a few legends are not that bad. Actually, none of the legends are that bad. So, let me tell you why they are here, how their abilities help the team, and how it helps the player themselves. Let us begin. At the bottom of C tier, we have Octane. I was about to say D tier, but I meant C tier there. Octane's passive ability is called Swift Med, tactical ability called Stim, and ultimate ability called Jump Pad. I don't really need to explain the Jump Pad. Stim allows you to run 30% faster, and his passive ability called Swift Med heals you with 1 HP every 2 seconds, which is one of the most overpowered things in his kit. The Stim also takes away health from you because it's kind of like drugs and it does a little bit of damage. So that is why his passive ability works really well with him. And you cannot kill yourself or get an overdose with the more Stims you use. So it's basically impossible. Unless someone shoots at you and keeps on shooting you, that's the only way you can die. So don't worry, it's not going to be like that overpowered that if someone tries to shoot at you, you're not going to end up dying. It's just going to be way too overpowered. His jump pad obviously is very explainable. He allows me to do a jump pad. So why did he move from D tier to C tier? A lot of people do put him in D tier, but if you watch that, they were old videos. They generally gave a small buff to the 99 and the L-Star. But this buff doesn't only go to Octane, it goes to everybody. When using the L-Star and the 99 in the air, you have 100% accuracy. This here was spawned by another YouTuber, but I'm not too sure what his name is. Once I find it out, I'll make sure to link it in the description. So now, when using his jump pad, you have complete accuracy. But when using his jump pad, you also have very easy target hit. So make sure to keep that in mind and keep your distances and only push a team. If somebody's behind you, don't push the guy that's in front of you because you know the guy that's behind you is going to get easy shots. He might be able to kill you. Also, the guy in front of you may seem like he's the most easiest guy, but he can get a lot of shots down on you and kill you really easily, especially if the aim is really well. That is why he made it to C tier. The next legend was a quite hard one to put, and every legend above Octane doesn't need that big of a buff, because it respawns once every legend to be balanced, and that's what this legends are. Lifeline. Lifeline sits here at a comfortable place, but the reason why she sits as a second worst legend is because of the way other people use abilities. Her looting skills, as well as healing skills, has been taken away by different legends. We will get onto those legends in the future and tell you their abilities. Lifeline's passive ability, I'm not too sure what a passive ability is called, but what I do know is that a passive ability allows you to heal 20% for 25% faster with shields and with meds, as well as resing teammates the second fastest game. Yeah, there's another legend that rests faster than her. I know that's a sad thing to say. Lifeline lost her uniqueness, but they gave her a new passive side grade. Side grade that she managed to get was that she is able to open an extended blue button, which allows you to get meds, shields, and whatnot. But I really hope that they do upgrade the button. When you're using hot drops, they should allow gold tier loot to be there. Things that a Lifeline player will need, like a golden helmet or maybe a golden backpack. Lifeline is one of the greatest legends to use, but because of the way other legends' looting skills are, and the way the healing skills are, and the way it helps the team so far, she is a really great solo and team legend, but she cannot make it that high. The next legend that we have is Bangalore, and Bangalore was always sitting at a really low place. Since season 1, people used to like her a lot. Her abilities are great. Her passive ability is called Double Time, which allows you to run 30% faster, which is the same speed as Octane, who is the fastest legend in the game, due to another legend getting a nerf to one of their abilities. Octane became the fastest legend, but Bangalore runs 30% faster, 30% just as fast as Octane. Even if you're inside Gibraltar's bubble, you still run that fast. A tactical ability is called Smoke Grenade. It allows you to deploy a smoke grenade, which is really explainable. Ultimate ability is one of the most sad things to say about ultimate ability. Ultimate ability is called Rolling Thunder, and it sends out an airstrike in a line. It takes about 8 seconds or so, or 6 seconds to start. So now you can kind of see what I meant by her ability isn't the greatest ability to have. They should really upgrade that Rolling Thunder, but there's not really that much I can say. And really hope in the future that they really do something for Bangalore, because Bangalore is one of those legends that are not cared about. If you really have to think about it, Bangalore does is sitting at a good position, but just needs just needs small buffs and nerfs that can put it at least in B tier. The next legend may come a lot of shock to you. This is also the final legend in C tier, and that is Crypto. Crypto's abilities are great, but it all revolves around the drone. His passive ability allows people to see the drone, as well as him able to ping banners now and see on banners how many teams there are in the area. His drone is also his part of his tactical as his ultimate. The EMP destroys a blast wave which can not only destroy your shields but can destroy traps as well. And this guy can be humongously helpful in a fight when someone is trying to hold the final building. But the only reason why he's here is because you are going to be AFKing all the time. And in duos, it's really bad. And in trios, you make it a 2v3 situation. Until you're done with your drone, or if someone shoots you with your drone, you're almost completely useless in a fight. The next legend we have is in B tier. It may come as a shock to a lot of people, but that is Revenant. Revenant got a massive buff in Season 4. At the beginning of Season 4, a lot of people did hate Revenant. His passive ability was annoying. His tactical ability was okay, and his ultimate ability may seem like the most overpowered thing, but it wasn't. They buffed a lot of that. His passive ability allows him to crouch walk the fastest, as well as climb twice as high. They may seem really, really helpful, but at points it can be really, really annoying, and it does take a little while. Which means trying to catch up to a Pathfinder or trying to catch up to an Octane using a jump pad or a grapple, it's gonna take you a little while. He is one of the greatest legends, and his ultimate might be the most new friendly thing. His ultimate is called the Totem, and it allows you to use the Totem. You don't use shields, but you do use health. And what happens there is that you begin to use your health, and until you lose all your health, you come back to the Totem with 50 HP. They do need to buff this just once by allowing him to choose when to come to the Totem, and a lot of people will agree with me. His ability is great and all, but it just needs slight tweaks for him to be at least the top of B tier or in the middle of B tier. His tactical ability is called Silence. It allows the players not to use the tactical ability as well as the ultimate ability, and doesn't allow Gibraltar to use his gun shield, which is a really, really helpful thing, especially when versing in Gibraltar. The next legend that we have is called Bloodhound, and you don't call him he, you don't call him she, you call them they. And they kind of got like massive buffs at the beginning of Season 4. They redid a lot of, they never like redo it like the same way they redid Mirage, but they did give them a lot of buffs that make them really high. His passive ability is called Tracker, which allows you to track whatever cold blood the enemy left. His tactical ability is, I'm not too sure what it's called, but it allows you to scan a certain amount of radius that, I mean, they buffed that so much that you can scan somebody that is really, really far away from you. That's like 20 meters or 30 meters away from you. As well as his ultimate being the Beast of the Hunt. It's really, really helpful, and with them giving it a buff. So every time you kill someone or knock down someone, you get 5 extra. 5% more, 5 seconds more, I'm saying 5% more, 5 seconds more using his ultimate. His ultimate makes a lot of noise when using it, but it does allow you to see through Bangalore smoke as well as caustic gas. So it can become a really, really helpful thing when you're versing someone like that. The next legend that we have is Mirage, and Mirage got a massive rework. For being one of the worst legends in the game, he finally became to be one of the best legends in the game, and a lot of viewers will agree with me. Mirage's passive ability allows him to turn invisible when knocked down, to rest teammates invisible, and to take them and to bring their banners to the respawn beacon, as well as turn it invisible. Those are really, really helpful things, and you can rest someone in the middle of a fight, and someone will be walking past you, and they won't even realize that. They will walk into you, and they won't even realize that there's a Mirage player there. So, yeah, his tactical ability is called the Decoy, and it allows him to send out a decoy that just walks straight. You aren't allowed to control it in Season 5, which can read that a lot of people do get bamboozled, and that is really, really helpful if you want to bamboozle people. People get really, really annoyed by you, and the reason why he's here is because of his ultimate. His ultimate is called Life of the Party. It allows a lot of decoys to spawn around him, and to basically mimic his movement. But when you got two Mirages on the same team, and they both use the ultimate and the decoys, it's gonna become a really messy fight, which is why Mirage sits here. The next legend may come as a shock to a lot of viewers as well, and that is Caustic. Caustic got a slight buff that made him from being one of the worst legends in the game to actually becoming one of the best legends in the game. Let me tell you his passive ability as well as other things. His passive ability is called Nox Vision, and it allows him to see through his smoke and as well as not being slowed down. Now the only thing that he does is able to see through his smoke because now everybody moves really fast, and that was the buff that they gave him in Season 5. Everybody in his team moves just as fast as Caustic when they are in the smoke. Trust me when I tell you that may be one of the most overpowered things in this whole entire game. And that is why he made it here, because now his team don't get slowed down anymore. His second ability is called the Nox Trap. It's basically a gas canister which releases out gas when enemies come near it, but you can't shoot the bottom of it to deactivate it or basically to turn it off. The next one is called a Nox Grenade, basically. Basically, it's like a Nox gas canister connected to a grenade, and you just throw it at someone and BAM! That just happens. He is a really great legend and doesn't need any buffs or tweaks, but because of the size of his hitbox, which is why he has Fortified, he is really bad. Compared to Gibraltar, which has gun shields and domes to protect him from a distance, all he has is the gas canisters to use at a distance. Remember for fight, that the gas canisters can be helpful, but in certain situations it is not really the best choice to use. The next legend that we have is the final legend in B tier, and that is Pathfinder. Pathfinder stopped being from an A tier legend to actually becoming a B tier legend, and got one of the most biggest nerfs of his life. Before we tell you about that nerf, let's tell you about his passive ability. His passive ability allows you to use the survey beacons that you may see across the map to tell where the next map location is, but I think they are giving this passive ability to every legend. I never tested this out with recon legends. Not every legends, but recon legends. I haven't tested it out with Bloodhound or Crypto, but I'm not too sure. Check it out and go see if you are a Crypto main or a Bloodhound main. So, Pathfinder did get a massive nerf, but that doesn't stop him from being young. His tactical ability is called the Grapple, and that there got nerfed. He got nerfed so badly that Pathfinder mains don't even use Pathfinder anymore. There's a lot of people that regret putting him there, and there's some people who in their tier list videos forget about him and say he's no longer a tier legend, he might be an F tier legend. So there's not that much I can say about him, and I really hope that they change this from at least 35 seconds to 25 seconds. And yeah, you should be always giving him his golden helmet. His ultimate ability is called Zipline and allows you to deploy a zipline from one area to another area for the entire time of the match. So that's it for B tier. The next legend we have is the brand new legend for Season 5 in A tier, and that is Loba Andrade. Loba Andrade is one of the best legends in this whole game, and the only reason why she made it so high is because of ultimate. Before we tell you that, let's tell you a passive ability. You can see me using a passive ability right now, and that allows you to see through walls, supply bins without having to open them, and see through a lot of stuff. You can see epic and legendary loot, which means you can even see phoenix kits, but you cannot see med kits. A lot of people are requesting that they allow you to see med kits and syringes, or allow you to choose what to see. You can see attachments, you can see everything that is here, and you can see a lot of different things. Her tactical ability is what I'm using right now. It's called the Jump Drive. She manages to steal this from Hammer Robotics. Basically, this Jump Drive allows you to teleport from one location to another location. And even though it is as helpful as Octane's Sturm rates into the void and Pathfinder's Grapple, it is not the best thing. It does have a really long distance. It can go to a really long distance, but the longer the distance is, the more time you have to wait to go to that distance. You can press R2, whatever button on PC, to allow you to basically just allow you to wait to start a little bit earlier. So, that's it. I was about to say that's it for A tier, but next legend we have in A tier is, I forgot to mention her ultimate. Her ultimate is called the Black Market Boutique. It allows you to steal loot from a humongous radius and can be really helpful in situations. But you can only take 2 items, and you can't even steal from now the vault as well. In World's Edge, you can steal from the vault as well as that place by Bloodhound. So yeah, by the Bloodhound Trials, you can even steal from there, but ultimate will break if you steal from the vault or if you steal from the Trials. So that's it. The next legend that we have is Gibraltar. Gibraltar is the biggest legend in the game, and he does have Fortified with that. His passive ability is called Gun Shield. It's a gun shield, which basically is quite obvious and easy to explain. It allows you to use kind of like a gun shield that basically blocks your arm and makes you a much smaller target, which means you can lose a lot of fights just because of that gun shield. The next legend the next ability is He's Dawn. With his Dawn, you get healed 25% faster, and you res team is the fastest. Remember I was telling you earlier about Lifeline? Let's hope you was listening. Before then, you would actually and actually resing, people actually found out that she reses the fastest out of everybody, and trust me when I tell you that might be one of the most helpful things to hear. And his ultimate is called is an airstrike. This airstrike here is humongously helpful. It can help you in a lot of situations. It does about 40 to 30 damage and spams down airstrikes. It's like spamming grenades. Trust me when I tell you, when you see people in this, you don't want to be there. And trust me, every time you see every time you hear that, you want to get out of there. So what do you think? Does Gibby need to be in S tier? Because a lot of people do put him in S tier. So now we move on to S tier. And S tier, this legend in S tier may become a shock to a lot of viewers, and that is Wattson. Wattson's abilities are simple, easy, and to most people not the best abilities to use in this whole game. I do recommend using it because her abilities can be really helpful in a lot of situations, and let me tell you why. Her passive ability is called Spark of a Genius, and it allows you to use ultimate accelerants and immediately get your ultimate. Even if your ultimate is on 1, you can immediately get your ultimate. But you cannot place on 2 ultimates at the same exact time. Her passive ability is called Fences. It deploys electrical defenses which detect from a massive way. If the fences are in the ring and somebody's in the ring, you can even detect them. And even if they're not near you, you'll still get a message that someone was in your fences. Her ultimate is called... What is ultimate called? I'm not too sure what it's called, but it stops a lot of things. It stops Wattson. It stops Revenant from using his tactical ability. Loba from using her stops Loba from using a jump drive. It stops airstrikes, grenades, as well as that's it. That's all it stops. But it can be really helpful. It also charges up your shields and is humongously helpful. It also charges up your fences, which is even better. Trust me when I tell you, viewers, that you should be using this legend. She's the best legend, but when it comes to mobility and stuff, she isn't to me. A lot of people do put her as the best legend, but because of those reasons, those are the reasons why I don't put her that high. Okay? You finally came here, you got your answer. What you came here, you finally got your answer. That's what I'm trying to say. Basically, you came to this video to see who's the best legend, and that is Wraith. Wraith's abilities might be some of the most broken abilities. And trust me when I tell you, these people ain't gonna be able to nerf Wraith that badly. And it is for obvious reasons. Wraith's abilities are humongously helpful and some of the best things to use in this whole game. Her passive ability is called Voices of the Void. When being aimed at, when somebody is when being aimed at, and when somebody is placing on traps, you get an immediate notice of that. It is humongously helpful, and if they do end up nerfing this, I don't know what will happen. A tactical ability is called Into the Void. It allows you to go into the void without taking any damage. And the ultimate is called a Portal. It allows you to go from one place to another without losing any HP, and that is humongously helpful. It allows even dead teammates to go through it. And you can obviously see by all of those facts why she is here. If you want to see a Wraith video where I go in depth with how you should use Wraith to get the best wins and to get the best games with her, make sure to leave a like and to comment that down below. I'll also be making videos on tips of how to use certain legends, so tell me if I should do that video or tell me if I shouldn't do that video. Thank you for watching. Leave a like and subscribe, as well as you go check out the same video clip over here. Just go leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and I also made a 5 things that you didn't know about Apex Legends. So go check that out. Make sure to share this video, as leaving a like, subscribing, and doing all those stuff would really help the channel. Like, subscribe, and if you are content creator, tell me.